Lenny Kravitz is an American singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, record producer, and actor. After some adventures in TV music, he released his first album in 1989 and became really popular. He's released 11 more since. I don't often comment on people's personal lives, but Lenny Kravitz married Lisa Bonet and then dated Vanessa Paradis and then dated a Brazilian model who was a Victoria's Secret angel and then dated Nicole Kidman, which is quite a track record. Hi, my name's Dan. So this was the second album by Lenny Kravitz. I have had a copy of this for many years, but I don't think I've listened to it much. There were a few songs that I felt were somewhat familiar, but I certainly didn't feel like I knew the album particularly well. I have been quite keen on Lenny Kravitz in the past, and this was one of the reviews that I was looking forward to. I kind of see what's coming up on the list for the next kind of few, and I go, yeah, Lenny Kravitz. Okay, so he occupies an interesting space, I think, generally, but also on this album, which is kind of somewhere between rock, funk, and soul. And on this album as well, kind of somewhat psychedelic with that. So apparently, initially, when he tried to start a career in music, he was he found it difficult to get through to any publishing company because he was being told that his music was neither black enough or white enough because it was kind of sitting in this ditch in between the two, really. And I do see that there's not many people that have really made it in this space. But both Prince and Jimi Hendrix have done it. I would say are the two most high profile. So this album it definitely starts strong. The second track, "Always on the Run," is probably my favorite on the album. It's strong, it's rocky, and it's funky. All of it's kind of got rock elements and soul elements in it. Some of them have kind of got funk elements in them as well, and it's all kind of somewhat poppy as well, in that it's quite immediate and easy to listen to. There are a few more like that track "Always on the Run" that I mentioned. "Stop Dragging Around" particularly jumps out as me at me as being another kind of strong rocky with a good beat thing. And then there's stuff that's less kind of crunchy, I guess, uh, gentler stuff, which is most of the rest of the album. And actually, I find I'm less bothered by it. I like the upbeat tracks better. So, in fact, I feel like the album starts pretty strong for the first few tracks and then just gets, for me, weaker. Um, yeah, there's I kind of say there are soul elements, there's singer-songwriter elements, there's quite a variety of feels here. There's one track that strongly reminded me of Prince doing a slower track, which is "When the Morning Turns to Night." Um, there is some nice guitar work throughout, and I think that that's kind of in some ways his USP here is that the guitar stuff is strong. He's got a decent enough voice. He can do high and he can do low. He's quite distinctive. Certainly recognise his voice. There's quite a lot of use of a fast doubling of the voice or kind of a very quick single echo to it. Again, that processing reminds me of Prince particularly. He's used that quite a bit. There's also quite a lot of use of a phasing sound, which is an effect that makes the kind of tonal quality of something change. Now, the use of that on cymbals, particularly, it was a very psychedelic era thing to do. So that phasing gives it a particular psychedelic feel. Um, the songs are generally about life and stuff. They're mostly apparently about his breakup with Lisa Bonet. Um, Flowers for Zoe is presumably about his daughter, Zoe Kravitz. And yeah, it's kind of, I'll say it's decently okay, but I was somewhat disappointed because I expected more. There are standout tracks, but a lot of the rest of the tracks just didn't excite me that much, I'm afraid. So I'd hope for better. So that's what I think of this album. And as always, I'd love to invite you to tell me what you think of this album. So please do that by leaving me a comment. And that's it from me for now.